Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Uranus conjunct one's natal moon. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve Uranus, it can be about uniqueness, what's unorthodox, disruptions, freedom, independence, ingenuity, innovation. When we're talking about transit Uranus conjunct one's natal moon, well, it may manifest in a lot of uniqueness, unpredictability, on what's unorthodox, disruptions, freedom, independence. It could even be rebellious energy. It could be connected with prominent women in your life and people you're close to home with. These people may be acting more unpredictable or more bizarre in more bizarre fashion. I mean, if you have this, say, if your moon is in Mercurial Gemini, I mean, it could be something that could be, really unpredictable, and maybe even they might be more overly loquacious, more than they usually are. It could be maybe even very dual-natured in some isolated cases. It could also be, and also maybe very high-strung and excitable, more so than usual. It could be also too, when we're talking about the moon is about our emotions, and could also be, very spontaneous, unexpected emotional energy that we may react to something in an unpredictable manner. The moon is also connected with our reactions, our responses. And the thing too is, moon is also associated with the subconscious and unconscious. So when you're unconscious, of course, you are sleeping, and it could be when your dreams might be very, this might manifest in very unusual or bizarre, unconventional dreams. It could be dreams of doing something, Uranus related. It might be something with innovation or computers or electronics or astronomy, as some examples. May also, or could be about some friendships, maybe from the past that you knew, you might be dreaming about. That might be more prevalent at this time. And also, to the moon is about our feelings. So it might be the release of some, feelings, about something you had that you wouldn't ordinarily express. Say if this is in Scorpio, for example, it could be some, jealous feelings that you might have had towards something, or someone, I should say. This is something too. I mean, looking at this, I mean, the moon is connected with the home as well. So your home life might not be 100% stable during this time. You might have an unexpected move in some cases, or it's just a lot of erratic energy in the home. It could be people coming in and out of the house. It could be a lot of disruptions in your home life. If you're a very introverted person, your chart say is one that's more introverted and introspective. Say, for example, you've got preponderance of planets on the bottom half of the chart and the majority of your major astrological influences in feminine signs. It might really affect you a lot more than somebody that's got a more gregarious chart and has more extroverted energy. Now, another thing too, anatomically speaking, uh, the moon is associated with the chest, the breast, the stomach, and water retention, and in the left or the right eye, depending on gender. Now, when you have this transit, it can be some, unusual situation or intermittent pain in the chest or the breast area. Could be fluctuations in water retention. It could be something where, in some cases, you're retaining a lot more water than others, and other times maybe you're not really, retaining nearly as much as what you felt you should have had been able to retain. It could be intermittent stomach pain, and this could be something too, or intermittent like an eye twitch you might have. Could also be something as well, or when you look at this, moon is connected with the public as well. So it might be where you might be bringing something Uranus like out into the public, such as innovation or astrology or astronomy, or you might be brought out very unpredictably. It could be a very auspicious and favorable time to bring yourself. It might be bringing oneself out more publicly. It could be just through social media or the internet, through social networking, and it might be a time to as well, where For friendships, I mean, you look at this as well. The moon can be connected with our reactions, and it could be very more unpredictable emotional reactions to things and responses. Again, going back to the zodiac sign Gemini, it could be one where there might be very excitable, high-strung reactions. In Aquarius, it might be something that's just completely unpredictable. And Pisces might be very chaotic and very super emotional. And the thing about this too is the moon is also associated with one's family life. So this could be, unexpected arrival of some family member, maybe a lot sooner or later than you originally anticipated. It could be where a family member might be exhibiting some kind of genius qualities or expressing some ingenuity or just acting in a more strange or unorthodox manner, more so than usual at this time. Now, also, too, another way this can manifest is that friendships might be more prominent in nurturing could be your emotional needs. Again, going back to Gemini, it could be through mental stimulation, it could be variety, um, it could be also to say if it's in Pisces, it could be through very compassionate actions, altruism. It might be with matters with photography or just through general healing. Uh, it could be also too, when you look at this as well, going back to this Uranus, things might be brought out to the public more so than usual by you. It could be something with astrology or innovations. It could be something with robotics in some cases, especially if you're in that profession as an example. This could be a very favorable period for that. And I mean, let's say, for example, if this is transit occurs in Virgo and or the sixth house in your natal chart, it could be a household cleaning robot. Maybe we come out as some isolated cases. Now, another thing too, remember that the moon is about how we feel. And you might be feeling like doing things more like that you haven't done previously. It could be doing something it could be Uranus related. It could be something with electronics. It could be doing something very simple like making a model rocket if it's something you've never done before. Even just the unusual in general, and it could just be something very new to you that you haven't experienced before, whether it might be bungee cord jumping or maybe doing something with some extreme sports, anything. And it just is something to, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to take a bicycle and run it down your stairs or anything like that, but just things that maybe might be, maybe might be seen as bizarre, or something that might be, again, that might be very unusual, something that a lot of people just don't do, and it might be something that you want to do at this time more so than usual. Again, it could manifest in having disruptions in your home life. You might be dealing with more, it could be memories. Moon can be connected with our past and memories. So it may be, it might be memories associated with groups, clubs, friends, organizations that you may have been involved in. Say if this falls in Sagittarius, it could be where you might be reminiscing. It might be about team sports or a religious group or congregation, maybe a college class. That you were involved in. Say if it's an Aquarius, it might be some astronomy or something with astrology or computers or electronics, something with aviation, college course you might have been taking, and maybe it could be a time where you might be reminiscing about that. You might even be dreaming about that, because remember that the moon is connected with the unconscious, and that could be when you are sleeping. And now also too, keep in mind there's a danger, I would say, of greater propensity of electric shocks in the home at this time. So make sure you're very grounded if you're dealing with electrical wiring in the home, and you're something where you're supposed to wear certain gloves. I don't know if you're supposed to wear shoes or certain shoes. I'm not sure about that, but whatever precautions that you need to take, it's imperative to take them now more so than ever at this time. And the thing about this too is that now in isolated cases, keep in mind your rent, it could manifest in some Uranus related physical issue that you might be more sensitive to, and especially if this falls in the first or sixth house in your natal chart. Hold on a moment, people. The first house, of course, is associated with the physical body. And the first house is connected with the physical body. The sixth house can be associated with physical debilitations and physical health related issues. So it could be something like, could be sporadic issues with the chest or breast area, or actually, I was talking about Uranus related issues you may be more sensitive to. So it could be something with the ankles, the shins, the calves, lower legs, uh, maybe something associated with circulation, and but it could also some cases manifest going back this before that sporadic issues with the chest, breast, stomach area, or some intermittent pain in that area, and also might be some unusual stomach disorder that may come and go at this time. It might be something enigmatic that you might not even be really, you're having difficulty trying to figure out what it is exactly. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.